Hey, just wanted to pop in and share a quick story with you guys today. It's a story about my early psychedelic use and a profound experience that changed my life forever. And in retrospect, I created a painting that definitely resembles that experience. So it's 2012, and I ingested a very nice heroic dose of LSD, and I was with a few friends, and the trip began, and I ended up in a racquetball court, which was like a rectangle. And I'm just there going through the whole motions. One friend got lost. He didn't make the cut, I guess. And it's three of us there. And one of them was a dear friend of mine who was going to become my meditation teacher years later. We had been entertaining a lot of conversation of the power of intention and lucid living, and we were on this progressive spiritual journey together. So we're there going through our trip, and intuitively I just began to release layers of tension. And as I would release all of the tension in my body, and I thought there was none left, I would find more tension, and I would then go through that process of releasing that. And I was breathing away the tension. That was the way I was releasing the tension. I would feel it, and then I would ease and let it go. And I kept doing this very intuitively. I really wasn't practicing meditation or much yoga at that time at all. And eventually I breathed away all of the tension left in my being. And at that point, I started to see dancing Buddhas and angels in the clouds, made up of clouds. And I began to hear silence. In that moment that I heard silence, it was like an aha moment. It was like, oh my God, meditation. Like I had never understood what that was until I finally heard no thoughts. And it was the background vibration of all that is. In that moment, a light came down out of the sky and came right to my face and asked me if I was ready to become part of the light. And I immediately was like, fuck yeah. I looked over at my friend Evan, and he was like, and it was like changed my life forever. I unlocked an understanding that I never forgot, a new sense. So in retrospect, I realized I painted this light, and right next to it is a Buddha and an angel in the clouds. And that light came out of the sky and down to me, and I was looking up, and the only thing I could see in that racquetball court was like a rectangle view of the sky. Also at the time I was watching a lot of cartoons. I was an aspiring animator. Cartoons were like my depression medication. I had been on actually Prozac earlier on in my life, and nothing ever worked. So I spent a lot of my time laughing and just like fucking around and cracking up. And yeah, so in retrospect, I like looked at this painting. I was like, oh my God, that's like a weird artifact of that experience. And maybe it's only me that sees it, but I think that's the case. That's the light.